What's going on, family? It's Brother Coasty at IALLG, and we're gonna get into today. We're gonna snap right into it. Dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction. This is a energy zapper. It will have you feeling like you just can't get anything done anymore, right? Dissatisfaction typically sets in when you're not happy with your routines or the environment that you're in, right? People don't realize, and you got to realize this, y'all. I said that twice, but we're going to backtrack for just a moment. Everything in life has a cost. Everything has a cost. And it's not always money. It's not at all. It's most of the time, it's never money. That's really what's really costing you, or what it's really costing you is costing you your happiness with life. Dissatisfaction is letting you know that something in your life is not adding up correctly and you are misaligned somewhere. If you're anything like me, you're probably a black sheep and you've started your transformation journey or you've been thinking about it, but you don't know how to do it or how to get started. So we're going to address both of those today. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about the cost of dissatisfaction, all right? This is the biggest one, the biggest cost of having a dissatisfied life. And it is, drum roll please, discipline. Your discipline will drop drastically when you are dissatisfied with life. You know what I'm talking about. You know what happens when you get really dissatisfied and you go home and you're like, yo, my job sucks or my car sucks, whatever, you know the stuff that you tell yourself that you shouldn't be telling yourself in the first place, but you say it. And then what happens when you try to change? You find it even more difficult to change. You don't want to do the stuff that you know you should do. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to save money. You don't, whatever the case may be, you stop wanting to do things that you once had a passion for and a zest for. Why? It's because that dissatisfaction is costing you your discipline. It's costing you your discipline. So, the other two costs is your liveliness. We're going to start there first. It's your liveliness. It's your energy when you're going out in life, right? So if you're I'm going to keep referring you back to me because, typically you resonate with the people who are like you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you're not as loud as me or outgoing as me, but you had a lot of energy and you have a lot of optimism about life. Right? You look at life in a way that you want to go after, you want to go get it. But when you get dissatisfied with your environment or with the place that you're at, maybe it's your job or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, whoever, you tend to not become more, you're not as lively. You're not as bubbly. You have to drag yourself out of bed. You drag yourself to do things. You're struggling to get on and day in and day out. And again, this is a cost. It's a cost. If only you knew the power of changing your mind and transforming inside. But we're going to get into it. Don't worry. And this kind of goes along with your liveliness. It's your positive energy. It's your positive energy. Because, we're not all going to wake up and woo, be excited for the day, but we can build back up to it. Sometimes we're just, slow to wake up some days. Like you get up and you're like, didn't sleep very well. Let me, move, let me stretch, let me get my exercise in, and boom, your energy pops back up. And sometimes that's just not the case. Typically, that happens because of dissatisfaction. So we've already gone over three different costs of living a dissatisfied life: discipline, your positive energy, and livelihood. That's getting drained out of your bank account, out of your life account when you're living a dissatisfied life. It is costing you. So, like we said, there's usually two scenarios that result in a dissatisfied life, or you kind of in this loop with it, right? So the first one is you're trying to change, right? You realize that you got to do something different, and you start this journey. And remember what happened. Remember what happened. You're overdrawn now. You don't have enough discipline, and you get stuck in this habit of trying to get out. You're trying to get out the bucket. You're going, and then you lose your energy. I don't want to do it. I don't have the discipline. I don't have the commitment. Right? Tell me if that sounds familiar. go ahead and like this video because I'm talking to you. Or the other side of it is, your life is dissatisfied, is unsatisfying, and what you try to do or what you plan on doing is escaping it. But you say, I don't know where to start. Right? Again, that's kind of discipline too. So the goal here is to learn how to get out of this dissatisfied loop, because again, once it starts pulling that money, pulling that cause, that discipline, that liveliness, that positive energy, eventually you'll get overdrawn. So what you got to do, number one, you got to learn how to do what's called income generating activity or a discipline generating activity. And how do you do that? You figure out where you want to go in life. That's it. You figure out where you actually want to go. Sounds simple, I know. I've already done that, brother. I've already done it. But it's not working. It means you haven't really figured out what you really want. See, your thoughts are really your energy. And where your thoughts go, your energy goes. And if you haven't found something that captures your actual thoughts enough, you'll continue to get overdrawn. Your discipline will go out the window instead of into this new idea, into this new thought, into this new life that you can birth. You got to get out of it as fast as possible, y'all. You have to get out of the dissatisfaction loop as fast as possible. Now, what I like to do is I call it my AIR method. It's AIR. It's an acronym. It's something that we do in the 𝐈𝐧𝐯𝐨 Academy. It's very powerful. It's very potent, and it helps you identify one of two things, right? Because we got to realize some of the issues that we're having are not always something that has to really just be worked through. Sometimes it's just pressure, right? It's pressure. And sometimes all you have to learn to do is to relieve the pressure. Like if you're tense all the time, sometimes all you got to do is take a deep breath, exhale and let your shoulders down. You'll end up feeling better. Sometimes that's the reason why you got a headache. Too much tension, choking the nerve, more pressure in the brain, headache, right? It's these small little tips and tricks that I want to offer you all, and we do a lot of it in the academy. But for now, all you got to do is identify what you really want to do, where you really want to go, and you put all your energy and all your thought towards it. Is that it? It's that simple. All right, y'all. That was the lesson for today. This is Brother Coasty at IALLG.com. We're always building bridges within to explore the world without. Peace.